Good evening. Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner box of 24. Good evening, good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing pretty good on this side. Can't complain as always. God is good and God is great. And even if I do complain, I'm more blessed than my complaints. You know what I'm saying? Plus, nobody don't want to hear it anyway, right? Nobody want to hear what I got to say and what this person got to say. People going through their own stuff. You know, so I'm blessed, man, regardless what happens and what doesn't happen. I'm blessed. But, yeah, we here in this corner boxing 24. And I want to get into a little bit about one of my favorite fighters. He was definitely on my pound for pound list and one of my favorite fighters. And I still have love and respect for Adrien Broner. So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight, Adrien Broner. You know, some people kind of getting on top of him and talking about how he's using his mental health issue for a game, or he's using it for an excuse. I don't really know what's going on. I'm not, inside the camp or in his personal life or around him or anything like that. But, I think it's obvious that he has some things going on, mentally. And it's not a knock on anybody, because anybody could have mental issues, man. It's not easy out here. Nobody's perfect. But one thing that I will say, right, and we can't deny, is what he said. He's a 4-time world champion in 4 weight classes, 4 different weight classes, right? I mean, we can't deny that. And when Adrien Broner was at 135, 140, and he was lighting dudes up. I mean, we just can't deny that, He was knocking dudes out. He was punishing dudes. He was letting his hands go. And it wasn't until that Madonna fight, that he got hesitant. He was hesitant after that fight, it seemed like. He just wasn't the same. That fight took a lot out of him. And I'm not giving no good credit to Madonna, because we know Marcos Madonna's a dirty, dirty fighter, okay? We saw that in the 2 fights with Floyd. He knees you, he kicks you, he hits you behind the head, low blows. He's a dirty fighter, okay? He's not really a skilled fighter at all. He's very dirty, ugly fighter, so I'm not giving him a whole lot of credit, because he was doing that saying crap to Adrien Broner. But at the end of the day, Adrien Broner still fought. Yeah, he was knocked down in that fight and looked like he was out of it. But guess what? He went out on his feet. That fight went the whole distance, 12 rounds, and Adrien Broner went out on his feet. You know what I'm saying? And came back and probably could have won that fight. So I give him a lot of respect for that, because he didn't give up. And he didn't just bow down and give in. Man, he went out on his feet. So anybody that talks about Adrien Broner and has anything negative to say, I remind them of that. Like, what would you have done if you had been knocked down and you was getting hit in the back of the head and low blows and head butts, all kind of stuff that Madonna does? Remember, he bit Floyd Mayweather through his glove, man. This dude's dirty, man. So who knows the other stuff that he was probably doing in that ring when he was on top of Adrien Broner like that. I know he definitely was hitting him on top of the head, because I saw that, because that's what he does. But like I said, Adrien Broner, man, he finished that fight on his feet. He didn't give up. And if you look at his record and his losses, it's all champions, right? He lost to the great Manny Pacquiao. And that fight wasn't no real shutout. I mean, that's a fight he really could have won. You know what I'm saying? He lost to Sean Porter. That's a fight He knocked Sean Porter down in that fight. That's the fight he could have won too. These were close fights. It wasn't like he got blown out. He lost to Mikey Garcia. It was like he wasn't letting his hands go. He could have won that fight. So these are 3 fights right here against champions that he lost. He didn't lose to no bums. He didn't lose to no just anybody, contenders. No, he lost to champions. All right, legends. Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter. These are legends, Hall of Fame worthy. Mikey Garcia, lightweight champion. That was, doing good, doing very good, until he took a chance, wanted to be great, and fought Errol Spence, a fight that I don't believe he should have. I don't believe he should have took that fight if he wasn't going to be totally prepared for it, because he really didn't do anything in that fight. Could have did much better. But Adrien Broner had a good fight with Mikey Garcia, man. That's a fight that he could have won. It's like he just gave it away, man. He wouldn't let his hands go. So after Madonna, man, it seemed like he was just hesitant to let his hands go. But at 135, 140, man, this dude was a beast. And if you look at those fights, and then you look at the Madonna fight and say, okay, you take that away from that negative. But then when you look at these close fights with the 3 that I mentioned, and they'll even have to say, yo, man, listen, Adrien Broner was no joke. He might still go into the Hall of Fame with the record that he has, and because of the resume that he has, he might still go into the Hall of Fame. So the mental health issues, I don't really know what's going on. Is he using it for excuse? I really don't know. There may be more things going on, man, that we don't know about. In his personal life, man, whatever it could be, man. I'm not going to knock nobody when they're down either, though. So when people start coming out taking shots at him, Omar Figueroa, the fighter that he was supposed to fight, I get it, because, now the fight is canceled. Now he got to look for another dance partner. So I could see him having some things to say, even though he said himself that he's had mental issues. So he should kind of understand that. But now he has a dance partner. He's going to fight Sergey Lipinets. And that might not be the fight that he really wanted. Adrien Broner probably would have beat him, but Sergey Lipinets might beat him even more, might hurt him, might stop him, who knows? I don't know. So it's like you didn't get what you wanted, you're getting something else, but is that really what you wanted? Be careful what you ask for, you just might get it. So all I'm going to say is this, man, I wish Adrien Broner the best. Because at the end of the day, he's still, like you said, he's still AB. He's still Adrien Broner, about billions. And he has made a record for himself, in the lightweight and junior welterweight and even welterweight division. His best work was junior welterweight and definitely 135 lightweight, okay? 4-time world champion, man, So he did things, man, that a lot of fighters won't ever get to do. And that's in the record books. So I really wish him the best, man. Whatever mental issues, whatever he has going on with his life, man, I pray for him. I pray that he gets through it. That's what I'm saying. Never knock a person when they're down, man. I don't think that's cool at all, no matter what's going on. And if you know him personally, definitely you don't want to do that, right? You want to give them support. So when I see certain fighters saying certain things, I'm not going to even mention no names. When I see certain people saying certain things, hey, listen, they know them better than me. Maybe they privileged, maybe they could say that. But I'm just saying, man, that mental health is real. Remember Ryan Garcia, he said he went through that. And who knows if that was real, right? Was he just pulling our leg because he really didn't want to fight certain fighters? Because he didn't want to fight Jojo Diaz or Javier Fortuna at that time? Is that what it was? I don't know. But he said he had mental issues. So Adrien Broner, we've seen some behaviors from him off and on for the last few years. The span of the last almost, say, 5 to 8 years, we saw some behaviors from him that wasn't cool. So we know he definitely has some issues, right? Back and forth with Floyd. and at the same time trying to get help from Floyd, especially this last time he asked for Floyd's help. And I don't know whatever happened with that. He said he really needed him. I don't know if Floyd just turned his back, if he did try to help and maybe it wasn't enough. I don't know what happened. But I just know, man, that Adrien Broner is a good boxer, one of the best boxers at the time he was fighting. And I hope he gets back in the ring because he still has a lot left to give. He's 33 years old. He still has a lot left in the tank, man, I'm sure. And I had him winning this fight with Figueroa. So hopefully, man, he could get through what he's going through. But most importantly, if he never fights again, he want to be healthy mentally. Because if you're not healthy mentally, if I'm not healthy mentally, then my physical, man, doesn't matter. Because my mental dictates my physical. And if I'm not healthy mentally, then my physical is not going to last. It's going to break down. Because this controls everything. All right, so I wish him the best, his family, peace and blessings to him, his trainer, and I hope everything works out for him in the future, the near future, and I wish him the best, man. All right, peace and blessings in this corner boxing 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments, whether it's nay or yay, and this help us keep bringing us good content. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace.